outscoring their opponents 11-4 on the 2013 season. Benedictine, meanwhile, dropped 3 in a row, falling 5-1 to Lewis and Clark. A 5-0 loss to Aurora last Wednesday, and a 4-1 loss on Sunday afternoon to Webster University. Eagles defense struggling at times this year. They've been outscored 16-8, doubled up on the season. There's Benedictine pushing forward. Elmhurst pass intercepted by the Eagles. Here's Megan Johnson down the near sideline. Flanked by Belmonte and taken away by the Elmhurst forward. Kelly Fredrickson wins the battle to Belmonte. Here's Beckwith working her way towards the middle. Her pass comes right back to her. Beckwith maintains possession and pushes it back to Caitlin Allen. Allen's pass intercepted by Olivia Montoya. A lot of action between the 30-yard line so far. 4 minutes almost off the clock, no score. Each keeper has touched the ball once so far, no saves for either one. Here's Beckwith touching it ahead into the middle. Long pass looking for Waugh down the sideline. Waugh touches it towards the middle, but it's steered back out of harm's way by the Eagles. Elmhurst is there. The long drive coming is again blocked away by Benedictine's defense. But they give it right back to Elmhurst. Here's a turnaround shot and a save. Turnover by Benedictine, and Shelby Stone got a point-blank look. But a diving save by Abigail Gary covered up, did not give a rebound. And she bangs it downfield. There's Jonji. Pressured by Belmonte. Here's the Eagles trying to steer it back towards center. There for Benedictine is Tara Tarazoff. Eagles will slide it back. Here's Johnson out on the near side. Johnson's long pass is going to be met by Angelo, quickly steered away. Back to the middle. Here's Shannon Pimmel for the Blue Jays. Leaves for Waugh. And Waugh puts that one behind her intended target. Good recovery by the Blue Jays. But it's fired down the sideline out of play. It'll be an Eagle throw-in on the far side. 39-25 left in the opening half. Biba Beckwith battling with Rachel Hodison of Benedictine. Hodison wins it, fires it towards the Elmhurst box, but it's steered away by Fredrickson out of play. A throw in for Benedictine. Ball volleyed out of the air by Angelo. Closing speed and taken away by Beckwith. Looking to spring Stone down the sideline, but intercepted nicely by Johnson and the Eagles. Otherwise, that could have been an odd man rush for Elmhurst. Fredrickson chips it forward off the head of Beckwith. Benedictine throwing in front of the Elmhurst bench. Johnson has the honors. It's headed right back. Beckwith wins the battle to Fredrickson. Here's Waugh playing it backwards to Caitlin Allen. Far sideline is Perry. Overshoots her intended target of Pimmel. But the Eagles rush, quickly broken up by Allen. Back the other way, and again it's Beckwith with speed out of the midfield, closing in. Breaking up a potential shot. Benedictine maintains possession, though. Turnaround shot, flicked out of the air by Allen. And this one chipped forward out to the 25-yard line. Long booming kick, grabbed out of the air by Emily Gordon, and she'll punt it away for Elmhurst. Line drive kick met by Montoya of the Eagles. Beckwith closes in and takes it away. Booted forward by Angelo. Kelly Fredrickson with possession for Elmhurst in front of the Blue Jays bench. Here's Pimmel in the mid. Backing it up to Allen. Allen will boom it forward. Off a Benedictine leg to the far sideline. Wall will give chase, but won't get there in time. Eagles will play it back to Gary in the box. There's Perry. A line drive forward. There to intercept again for the Blue Jays. Chip shot coming to the far side and pushing it wide was Courtney O'Keefe. So a goal kick coming up for the Eagles. Headed out of the air by the Blue Jays. Taken by Gianji. Pimmel leaves for Waugh. Waugh now on the near sideline, switching things up a little bit. Belmonte battling for position, keeps it in bounds. Belmonte works her way back towards the middle with a turn and a look, but she shoots it wide. Good ball control by Jackie Belmonte. Won the battle on the near sideline, kept it in bounds. Dribbled their way free into an open shot, but just pushed it wide. Gary kicks it away, headed back by the Blue Jays. Eagles clearing attempt is met by Pimmel. Maintains possession now, taken away by Benedictine, but pressured and won back by O'Keefe. O'Keefe leaves for Pimmel. Pimmel right at midfield. Leaves for Belmonte. Nice spin move around her defender. Pushing it for Stone to the far side. Eagles still yet to clear, and now they will hammer it away. Trying to wait for that ball to come down and win possession was O'Keefe. Didn't get much on the shot as a result, and now steered away by the Eagles out of bounds. It'll be an Elmhurst throw-in. 34-15 left on the clock, opening half in this scoreless contest. Said the first women's soccer broadcast of the season for you on BlueJayTV.com. Got a men's soccer game lined up for you tomorrow as the Blue Jays hosting Concordia University out of Wisconsin. Elmhurst men, a very good 4-1-1 record on the season. Regionally ranked 5th in the Central region. Here's an opportunity for Benedictine. Pushing it forward is Tarasov. Double team now by Elmhurst, and the Eagles will play it back. Here's Gianji. Her shot is deflected off of Beckwith, and it'll be scooped up by Gordon. With a few good offensive looks so far in the early going for either team. O'Keefe. That one knocked ahead. Catwa giving chase, but slowed down by the Eagle defenders, and Abigail Gary out of the box to win control of that one. Now she threw it to her teammate who had her back to the ball, but good recovery, and here comes Rachel Hodison down the near sideline. Hodison with the chip shot ahead, looking for some help, but Alyssa Angelo is there. She'll play it back to Gordon, and Gordon clears it down to the 35. Hodison to John G, back to Hodison. And Catwa has had enough of that, takes it away for Elmhurst. Headed forward by the Eagles. Fredrickson will trap it down. Caitlin Allen flips it forward, flipped on ahead further by Stone before Spears is there to clear it away for the Eagles. Hodison. Ahead to Brewer. Brewer, give and go with Hodison. Right in front of the Elmhurst bench. Or check that was Giangi. Pimmel has it. Now her pass taken away by the Eagles. Spears' centering pass is deflected and controlled by Elmhurst. Now back the other way come the Eagles. Going to go off a Benedictine player, and Elmhurst throw in with 31:30 left in the opening half. Just 3 shots in goal, 3 shots total so far. No shots, so just 1 on goal. That was Shelby Stone's blast from the top of the box. Abigail Gary made a nice save on that. Elmhurst out shooting Benedictine 3-0 in the early part of the game. Not a lot of whistles so far, plenty of continuous action. Gordon bounces out to about the 35. It's controlled by the Eagles. Back to centering pass is controlled now by Angelo. And the Blue Jays look to counter. Crossfield pass broken up by Montoya. Angelo steers it ahead to Fredrickson. Fredrickson lobs it downfield, but the Eagles are there. Headed right back down by Waugh. Waugh to the feet of Belmonte. Belmonte slides it over. Here's Stone flipping it forward into the box, trying to fit Belmonte, but broken up nicely by Megan Johnson and the Eagles defense. Throw in for the Blue Jays. And the flag goes up, and a foul going to be called on Elmhurst. Gary will come out and take the free kick, fires it downfield across the midfield mark. Headed out of the air by the Eagles, but pushed forward by Pimmel and Elmhurst. There's a long pass for Waugh, screened off it by the Eagles. Gary is there for Benedictine. Flings it out to the near sideline and tapped out of bounds by Beckwith. It'll be Benedictine ball. 29-10 left on the clock, opening half. Eagles throwing. Coming up here, 0-0 score. Johnson will do it again here from the near side. Lobbed into Nikki Janji, the senior out of Sandburg High School, wearing an awfully large cast on her right arm. Had it checked out by the referees ahead of time. Sure, it's suitable and cleared. Well bandaged right arm. Throw in coming for Elmhurst. A long toss into the head of into the front of the box, but whistle and a foul called on Elmhurst. Carey will slam it forward, volleyed out of the air by Pimmel. And then steered out of bounds by Benedictine. Not what they wanted in that situation, a throw in for the Blue Jays and Kelly Fredrickson. Fredrickson had a good long toss the last time. This time she'll go short to Belmonte. Back to the feet of Fredrickson. Trying to find Stone, but cleared away by Benedictine. Kept on that side of the field by Elmhurst as Perry won the battle. Ball headed around a few times. And here's Pimmel with a long drive. It'll one hop to the Benedictine defender. That's Johnson. Johnson to John G, and now steered out of play by Beckwith. throw in for the Eagles. Brittany Brewer off of Pimmel, another Benedictine throw in. This one right in front of the scorer's table down on the field.
Be strong, Britt. Be strong. Tara, show! Strong. Get back in.
That one rifled back into the Elmhurst bench off the foot of Hodison. Elmhurst in the white tops, the light blue shorts. Benedictine in the black and red. Long pass is going to come all the way, trickle into the top of the box, and Gordon is out to scoop it up for the Blue Jays. Pushed ahead. Here's an open look for Elmhurst rushing in, but not able to get a good shot off was O'Keefe as she was hounded from behind by the Eagles. Gary, no problem scooping that one up. Gary's kick will bounce out of bounds, and an Elmhurst throw in right at midfield. Shannon Pimmel. Back to Kat Watt, goes off the foot of John G, and another Blue Jay throw-in. Fredrickson with the honor, looking for Waugh for the near sideline. Waugh has her shot deflect off a face of the Benedictine player, so the Blue Jays' first corner kick opportunity. Jackie Belmonte will place it down in the corner and get things restarted for Elmhurst. Charging forward was Angelo and just overshooting her head. Missed the Benedictine defender. Angelo came rushing in trying to get a head on it for Elmhurst and missed her too, all the way over the far sideline, and a throw in for Benedictine. First corner kick of the game for either team. Now another Elmhurst throw-in. Lob into Beckwith, centering pass out in front, and getting there first is Gary. Coming in to scoop up the cross as the Blue Jays were trying to connect with O'Keefe, cutting across the middle. Booming kick towards midfield, headed out of the air by Shannon Pimmel. Well, will take it off the one bounce to Beckwith. Plays it back towards Pimmel. Pimmel overshooting Belmonte here on the near sideline. Throw-in coming for the Eagles. 23-35. Not quite at the midway point of the first half. Johnson plays it along the near sideline, taken away by Angelo, now stood up and taken away by Johnji. Hodison and Fredrickson go after it. It goes off of Hodison. It'll be a throw-in for the Blue Jays. Fredrickson, headed by Hodison. Pimmel will get there for the Blue Jays and steer it back to Caitlin Allen. Perry working it forward to Beckwith, but out of play off the bleachers, so a throw in far side for the Eagles. That ball skips over a couple of players for each team. Controlled by Shannon Pimmel across midfield for the Blue Jays. Pushing forward is O'Keefe. It'll roll forward into the box. Scooped up by Gary and thrown clear. Giangi trying to play it back to Hodison. Just missed her completely with the pass. It'll be a throw in for Elmhurst. 21:50 left on the clock. Scoreless game so far. Elmhurst out shooting Benedictine 4-0. One corner kick for the Blue Jays. Couple saves and a whole lot of nothing else for Benedictine so far. Allen far side to Wash. He steers it back. Here's O'Keefe working at the 40-yard line. Double teamed and taking now a whistle. And the first foul is just second foul of the game, rather. That one goes against Benedictine. Perry will play it short to O'Keefe, but it's intercepted by the Eagles, kept in play, and it goes off of Perry. Throw in for Benedictine on the far side. That one's booted down the field, out of play. Kelly Frederickson looks for Stone. Johnson wins the battle, steers it back and booted downfield. Flicked on off the head of Giangi. Giangi looking for Terazov on the far sideline. Samantha Perry is there for the Blue Jays instead and turns and fires back towards midfield. Kelly Frederickson controls with some room to run in front of her. Frederickson across the 30. Slides it back. Here's O'Keefe winding up and firing and lets it go wide. And the first sub of the game. Emily Heimerdinger coming in. Shelby Stone headed to the bench for the Blue Jays. Lots of players loosening up off the Elmhurst bench. Expect several more subs to come here. There's Heimerdinger, the fresh legs. Just entering the game. She controls, starts to work her way back towards the middle, but broken up nicely by Johnson. There's Angelo. Touches to Heimerdinger. That one off of Johnson. Has time. Good fake of Heimerdinger. Controls and shoots it up the near sideline. Nowhere to go for Solikowski. Fires back to Johnson. That one looks like it went off the hand of Pimmel. No call, and it will be a throw-in for the Blue Jays. Another substitution for Elmhurst. Megan Hart coming in. Kat Waugh has a seat. Frederickson will throw it in for the Blue Jays. Johnson wins the battle, and we're going to have a foul going against Elmhurst away from the play. Megan Johnson, the senior out of Texas for Benedictine, doing a nice job defending on the near side. Blue Jays have tried several times to go up that near sideline, and Johnson's been there to turn them away each time. Here's Montoya out of the midfield. Hodison is there. Sub now for the Eagles. Number 6, Allison Lambert checks in. Headed down by the Blue Jays and O'Keefe, but taken away by Hodison. Eagles trying to push forward. Won by the Blue Jays. Here's Hart to O'Keefe to Heimerdinger. Heimerdinger pressured by Johnson. And Johnson's there to break up the pass. Puts it into the Elmhurst bench. A throw in for the Blue Jays with 17:15 left in this opening half. Still scoreless game. Montoya controls for the Eagles. Looks to fire it up. Looking for the near side for Lambert. Pass was taken away by Elmhurst. Here's Heimerdinger. Heimerdinger with a chip shot down the middle, giving chases Beckwith. There she is, and Gary comes out to field that one. Good feed from Emily Heimerdinger. Beckwith was speeding up the far sideline, but Abigail Gary got there first for the Eagles. Contact and a foul going to be whistled on Benedictine. Heimerdinger off her head, back out to the feet of Fredrickson. Leaves for Belmonte. Belmonte touches back to Fredrickson with a little bit of space in front of her. Fredrickson will dribble in, winds up and fires, and Gary pulls it out of midair. Right at Abigail Gary. Her third save of the night. Johnson pushing forward. Here's Hodison. Check that, that's John G. Long pass trying to spring Mizuraka. Or excuse me, that's Tarazov rather. Gordon comes out to scoop it up. Hart wins the header for the Blue Jays. Gets it back. Her long pass broken up nicely. That's Mizuraka on the far sideline. Megan Hart controls her pass, looking for Belmonte, taken away by the Eagles. And a long drive forward, volleyed out of the air by the Eagles. There's Hodison off the volley. That one goes out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Elmhurst in front of the Benedictine bench. 2/3 of the first half is in the book. 14.5 minutes left. Still scoreless out at Langhorst Field. Blue Jays coming home again for a contest this Friday night. On the far sideline is Mizuraka. Taken away, Belmonte unloads, bobbled, and then caught out of the air by Gary. Save number 4 for the freshman keeper for the Eagles. Long pass, staying on side, but getting back to touch it forward to her goalkeeper is Caitlin Allen. And keeps that one out of harm's way. It's headed back by the Eagles and won by Heimerdinger, then steered out of bounds by Johnson. Johnson's been all over the field tonight for Benedictine, playing very well on the near sideline. Eagles with possession, working to get it across midfield. Another long pass coming. Fredrickson. And we got a whistle and a foul going the other way as Fredrickson went down. Head coach of Benedictine, Jason Bird, not very happy with that call. But a foul goes against Benedictine, and it'll be a free kick for the Blue Jays in their own box. Nikki Johnji was the one streaking in. There's a long ball for Beckwith. Beckwith plays it on the one hop. Beckwith pulls it down, couple fancy moves. Pass behind her for Heimerdinger. Chipped onto the feet of Kelly Fredrickson. Fredrickson with the cross into the box, redirected. That one was going wide. I think that was off the foot of O'Keefe. Under 12 minutes to go now in the opening half. Beckwith to Hart. Hart gets around one defender, then loses control. Pass sent downfield. Angelo will play it back to the feet of Gordon. Gordon fires it downfield. Headed out of the air by Fredrickson. Headed again by Heimerdinger. But there for the Eagles is Hoddison. Throw in for Elmhurst with 11:15 left on the clock. Fredrickson overshooting Heimerdinger off. One hops over the head of Belmonte, right to the feet of Heimerdinger. Heimerdinger with some time, centering pass is steered away by the Eagles. Here's Pimmel turning and firing and into the hands of Gary. Save number 5 for Abigail Gary. She's only really had to work for one. That was the shot from Stone. Most all the others have been right at her. Chipped up over the defense's head by Beckwith. Gary comes out to scoop it up. That one headed backwards unintentionally by the Eagles. Megan Hart wins the loose ball. Beckwith slides to Perry on the far sideline. Plays it forward for Heimerdinger. Steered out of play by the Eagles, and another Elmhurst throw-in. Coming up on the 10-minute mark. Still scoreless. Elmhurst out shooting the Eagles 9-0. They put 5 of those on goal. Blue Jays with the only corner kick so far of the game. Eagles have threatened a few times at the foul in the box. A couple of long ball opportunities have been their best chances so far. But Elmhurst has won the foot race to take them away each time. Here's another long ball opportunity. Gianji is in onside. Getting back is Fredrickson. Gianji puts on the brakes. Now working on Fredrickson. Will send it back. Winding up and firing it well wide and high was Johnson. Couple subs for the Eagles. There's 2 players coming in, Gianna Canfield and number 17, Leah Ginville. Elmhurst boots it away, 8:52 on the clock. There's Beckwith. Centering pass towards the middle, off the feet of Heimerdinger. Here's Hart with the long shot. Off the one hop, and there again is Gary. Gary being tested, but 6 saves so far. Again, really only had to work for about 1 of those. A lot of them have been right to her. This one is to the feet of Gary. She sends it back down. Fredrickson wins it out of the air, but can't control. Throw in for the Eagles. Elmhurst out shooting Benedictine 10-1 so far. 6 saves for Abigail Gary in net. Fredrickson takes it away, plays back to Caitlin Allen. Allen can take her time. Plays back to Fredrickson, stops, puts on the brakes. Leaves back for Pimmel. Pimmel tries to work it up the far sideline. There's Mizraka for Benedictine. Steering it out of play and a throw-in for Elmhurst. Hart off the one hop, and it's volleyed back downfield by the Eagles. Here's Janji. Stops to take a look. Now leaves near side Johnson. Johnson with a little bit of space to run. Johnson steps inside the 10. Goes to enter the box, and that one didn't have anything on the cross. He was trying to shoot it or trying to just cross it and didn't get much of anything on it, and just pushed that one well wide of the net. Substitution now for the Blue Jays. Anna Garitano into the game. Jackie Belmonte will have a seat with 6:41 left on the clock. Scoreless first half. You're watching Elmhurst women's soccer on BlueJayTV.com. Blue Jays taking on Benedictine. Elmhurst a 4-2 record. The Eagles a reverse 2-4 mark. Contact and a foul going to go against Elmhurst in front of the Benedictine bench. Fredrickson tangling up the feet of Johnson.
Back into them. Tara, get strong here, Tara. Hey, Tara, a little deeper. A little bit, yeah. Watch her. Get across.
Headed out of the air by Fredrickson into the Elmhurst bench. Another Eagles throw-in.
Tina, yep, good. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Be strong, Tara. No cheat, get back out. Get back out.
Throw in the near side. Right off the Benedictine player. It'll be Elmhurst ball now. Fredrickson will take the throw-in. Another throw-in for the Eagles as we're coming close to the 5-minute mark. Johnson looking to trigger it for Benedictine. Little toss near side. Here's Cavaligos, and it's stolen away by Hart. And the line down the field by the Blue Jays. Gary comes about 5 yards out of the box to boom it right back downfield. There's Shannon Pimmel. Plays it for Samantha Perry. Perry traps it and fires it down the field on the far side. Back to Perry. Turns and clears. And right back towards Perry by the Eagles. Couple touch passes for Elmhurst, but the Eagles are there. They'll let this one roll all the way back to the box. Gary will trap it with her feet and take her time. Looking for Cavaligos. She can't keep it in play. It'll be an Elmhurst throw-in. Elmhurst trying to get on the board before the end of the first half. A scoreless game so far, but 10-1. The shots in favor of the Blue Jays so far. Another throw-in near sideline for Elmhurst. Kelly Fredrickson will get it started again for the Blue Jays. Off the knee of Beckwith, it'll run all the way along the sideline and roll out. A throw-in for Benedictine. Not a corner kick. Cavaligos cannot keep it in play. Or they're going to get her for a foul instead, it looks like. Yep, going to whistle a foul on Benedictine's Katarina Cavaligos. So an opportunity here for the Blue Jays to get something with a set piece. Angela will take it for Elmhurst. Fires it into the box, headed once, headed back, and grabbed out of the air by Allen. Or excuse me, by Gary, rather. Gary played most of the contest, played in 6 games so far. All 6 is a 2.28 goals against average for the Eagles, 1 shutout on the year. Here's Pimmel to Garitano. Garetano turns and blasts that one wide. Did it go off a leg? Yes, it did, said the center official. So it will be a corner kick for Elmhurst from the far sideline as we come up on 2 minutes. Garetano with the hand in the air. She'll trigger the start for the Blue Jays. Cavaligo's there to steer it away, and a long shot on the ground by O'Keefe, or excuse me, by Pimmel rather, is controlled by Gary.
Come on, Tina, press it, Tina. Press it, Tina. Good.
Pimmel controls, plays back to Caitlin Allen. We hit 1:20 left on the clock. Samantha Perry with some space on the far side. Looks for Garetano. Tied up for a second, now with some room. Garetano to Heimerdinger in the middle. Keeps control. Leaving it in, and they'll kick it out over the end line.
1 minute to play in the half.
It'll be a corner kick for the Blue Jays. They'll have to hurry on this one. Garetano started in, now looks at the clock, takes her time. She'll send it in long. Overshooting everybody. But giving chase, and Beckwith wins it. Sends it back across, and it's flicked on. Still in the box for the Blue, not cleared yet by Benedictine, and now it finally is by the Eagles with 30 seconds to go. Perry is there to bring it down. Perry, long shot is turned around by Benedictine, but not out. Pimmel with 23 seconds sends the long shot in, and it hits the crossbar. And Gary is there to cover it. Shannon Pimmel just missed. Shannon Pimmel with an unloading from about 35 yards out and over the hands of Abigail Gary, and just missed. So that's how the first half comes to a close. The Blue Jays get their best chance towards the very end. 15 minutes on the clock. It is rolling. We will get started after that. So no score at the end of the first half. Benedictine 0, Elmhurst 0. We will be back with the second half of action. You're watching Elmhurst College Women's Soccer on BlueJayTV.com. Back live for the second half of action, just about ready to start here. There's the whistle, and we're underway. Starters back for both teams. Elmhurst controls, middle of the field. Ball headed forward by the Eagles. Elmhurst first half stats look like this. The Blue Jays out shooting Benedictine 12-1, a 7-0 shots on goal advantage. 3 corner kicks for Elmhurst, none for Benedictine. And the Blue Jays have knocked on the door a couple times, no greater than the very end of that half when Shannon Pimmel had a shot kiss off the crossbar. Eagles pushing it down the field. That'll stay in down the sideline before finally drifting out of play about the 25-yard line. Will be a throw in for Elmhurst and headed right back. Another throw in for the Blue Jays. Battle at midfield, deflected off of an Elmhurst player. Excuse me, off an Eagles player. It'll be the Blue Jays' ball. Elmhurst did a lot of attacking up the left sideline. It was the near sideline in the first half. Switch sidelines, it'll be the far side. This half, let's see if that trend continues. It's an Eagles throw in on the far side. They'll walk it up near midfield and throw it in from there. Steered out of bounds by the Blue Jays. Benedictine having some good possession here to start the second half. Sent in. Caitlin Allen there to turn it away for Elmhurst. Not cleared yet. Benedictine pressuring. Eagles turning and firing. That one off, blocked by Allen. And it'll come all the way back to the 40. Here's Beckwith pulling it down. She's got some speed. If she can get to the outside, she can't, but she plays it over to Samantha Perry. Perry stutter step, works around her defender and loses control and out of bounds in front of the Elmhurst bench. Nice job battling for it in the near sideline is Solikowski for the Eagles, keeping it in play, but Elmhurst wins the battle. Here's Courtney O'Keefe overshooting Kat Waugh on the far side, and Eagles throw in. Winding up a battle in the near sideline. Beckwith giving chase along with Mizuraka. Mizuraka comes up limping a little bit. Benedictine won the battle, went off of Beckwith, a throw in for the Eagles. Here's Angelo steering it away for Elmhurst. Benedictine with a better start this half. A whistle and a foul going to go against the Eagles and Brittany Brewer. Elmhurst will have it just across the midfield stripe. Pimmel looking for Waugh. Ball comes up short, one hops to Belmonte. She plays behind to O'Keefe. Here's Waugh. Long drive coming into the box, headed right back out. Pulled down firing is O'Keefe. That ball bouncing around out there. Benedictine trying to get there. And it is going to go out of bounds off the Eagles. It'll be a corner kick for the Blue Jays. A couple of high bounces that time favoring the Blue Jays. Went off an Eagle player. So the Blue Jays get the corner kick here. Belmonte will put it in play for the Blue Jays. Targeting for the far post up in the air and getting her hand on it and steering it over, out of play is Abigail Gary. So we'll do it again from the far side. Belmonte drops the hand. There go the Blue Jays. Out in front, up and over the top of the net. That went off the head of a Benedictine player. We'll have another one. This will be the 6th corner of the game now, 3rd in succession for Elmhurst. That one off an Elmhurst head and then swung on and missed by Benedictine and then popped up into the air near sideline. Did it bounce off Elmhurst? Yes, it did. A break for the Eagles. Stone trying to decide it, or excuse me, that was Caitlin Allen trying to keep it in play, trying to decide if it was going to go out of bounds. Instead, it just came up and clipped her knee and rolled out. Benedictine, though, loses possession right back to the Blue Jays. A throw in on the far side of the Elmhurst bench. Here's Pimmel with a long drive, and she hit the football crossbar this time. Shannon Pimmel has been just off target a couple times. Good strong leg, just pushing that ball high. Allen. Touchback. Here's Angelo for Elmhurst. Headed out of the air by Mizuraka. Benedictine looking to counterattack. Broken up by Allen, and now won back by the Eagles. Not too far ahead for Tarazov. Beckwith volleys that one out of the air. Takes a couple of hops before being controlled by Benedictine. Here's Montoya. Near side is Mizuraka. Stone with the throw-in, flicked in off the head of Belmonte and lifted and cleared by the Eagles. Fredrickson traps that one down, and big boot of Benedictine will steer that one back. And Gordon way out of the box, almost loses that one, and alertly just steered towards the near sideline and will roll all the way back. Gordon about 10 yards out of the box that time, and there was pressure coming from Benedictine, and that was almost disastrous for Elmhurst. Off the feet of Mizuraka. It'll be a throw-in for Elmhurst. Or check that, a throw-in for the Eagles now. Perry shoots that one downfield. There for it is the Blue Jays' Pimmel as it came back to her. Fredrickson touched on the far side. Can't control it. It'll be an Eagles throw-in. Pressured by the Blue Jays, and Elmhurst will get the ball back here on a throw-in. Elmhurst has it up the far sideline. That ball cleared out by Benedictine, but not fully out. There's Fredrickson to win it for Elmhurst. Pushing to the far sideline. Little touch for Fredrickson, breaking in, centering pass, and the Eagles break it up. There's an opportunity for Benedictine if they can get the turn. And a nice job by Beck with good closing speed. Broke up that rush opportunity for the Eagles. Hodison with the long ball to the near side. The Eagles going to get a centering attempt, and shooting instead is Tarazoff right into the hands of Elmhurst keeper Emily Gordon. There's Fredrickson. Her pass too far. It'll be a throw in for Benedictine, far side. Elmhurst will throw in. A whistle and a foul goes on the Eagles. Plenty of room to work with. Lining up and firing is Pimmel, and shoots it well wide. Gordon will fire that one away. Or excuse me, that's Gary. Long ball downfield. Here comes Tarazoff, and closing speed again for Elmhurst. Angelo is there first. We'll play that one up the sideline. Belmonte heads it forward. Hounded by Mizuraka and out of bounds into the Benedictine bench. That one fired in, a one hop into the hands of Gordon. Whistle and a foul against Elmhurst. So Benedictine with the free kick. About 32 yards out. Eagles trying to crowd in around the box. Hand up, and here comes the restart. Chipped in, headed by Angelo towards the top of the box, not out yet. Belmonte will play it back, and swept clear by the Blue Jays. Off the head of Johnson, and won by Stone for the Blue Jays. Here comes Elmhurst with a counter. Wah looking down the middle. Beckwith turning on the Jets, but I don't think she's going to get there in time, as coming over and scooping up is Gary. On the ground, there's Pimmel, too far for Waugh. Off a Benedictine player, it'll be a throw-in for Elmhurst. Lobbed in for the Blue Jays. too far in front. Goal kick coming here for the Eagles. Substitution for Benedictine. It's Gianna Canfield. Ball going to be a throw in for Elmhurst. Lobbed into the box, headed out by Benedictine. Angela will boot it downfield for the Blue Jays. Catwall looking for Belmonte in the middle. Cleared away by Johnson. Johnson's been very solid defensively for Benedictine tonight. Headed down by the Blue Jays. Lofted down the near sideline looking for Stone. Perry's going to step in, take that one. That got a piece of a Benedictine player, but the Eagles able to recover, and now they'll shoot into the Elmhurst bench, throw in. Swung on and missed by the Eagles. It's not out of harm's way yet. Waugh giving chase, and she'll win the battle. Centering pass back out in front. Right in front, shooting, and over the top is Stone. There's Beckwith. Going to have a try centering attempt, and it is blocked by the Eagles, setting up a corner kick. Belmonte with the corner kick, aiming far post, and a whistle and a foul on Elmhurst. Ball knocked into the air a few times. Elmhurst with some pressure. Centering pass in, and a shot is scooped up by Gary. Sixteenth shot of the night for Elmhurst, but they haven't been able to find the back of the net yet. 26 minutes left to go in regulation. Beckwith. That ball out of bounds. It'll be an Elmhurst throw-in. A whistle and a foul on Elmhurst. Blue Jays with a run out into the box. Gary having to come out and scoop that one up as Fredrickson was putting pressure on. And a whistle and a foul here against Elmhurst. So Benedictine with the free kick. Just across midfield. Long boot applied. It's going to one hop in, and jumping to the air and grabbing it is Gordon. Big boot applied to that one by Giangi. Goes as their third shot of the game. Second save for Gordon. Substitution, Hart coming in for the Blue Jays. Canfield in for the Eagles. Elmhurst throw in. Was that a handball or not? No, just going to go off of Benedictine. It'll be a throw in. Thought it may have come up and clipped her in the hand. Belmonte volleys it out of midair. Now pops that one into the box. Controlled by Johnson, but can't keep it in play. It'll be an Elmhurst throw in near sideline. Ball bouncing around. Breakup opportunity, but a whistle and a foul on Elmhurst. Long ball played downfield. Gordon will come right to the top of the box and scoop it up. Shields were there for Elmhurst to slow down Giangi. Here's Alyssa Angelo for Elmhurst. Steered it across midfield. Now swung back the other way. It'll roll all the way into the box. Gordon will scoop it up. We'll boot it away again. Middle of the field is Pimmel. Works to the near sideline. Contact. Foul goes against Benedictine. Touchdown. Looking for Stone. Broken up by Benedictine. Perry will shoot it forward. Beckwith has it for Elmhurst. Pops it around her defender. Now leaves the middle of the field for Hart. But Hart is hounded and broken up by the Eagles. But not out as Perry controls. She's going to send it in. Samantha Perry headed on into the box. And Gary comes out to field that one. Long shot or centering attempt is going to roll wide, and there again is Gary. 20 minutes, 35 seconds left on the clock in regulation. Elmhurst hasn't played an overtime game yet this season. Benedictine wins that battle. Here's Hodison. Beckwith. A little fancy footwork. We'll play it back to Allen. Allen firing it downfield off the head of Waugh into the box. Waugh will give chase, but Gary is there to scoop it up again for Benedictine. Substitutions plenty for Benedictine. Lambert, Frampton, Brewer all come in. Into the box, Gordon has it for Elmhurst, and she'll fire it away. Battle at the midfield point. Benedictine has it. There's Brittany Brewer into the box looking for Tarasov. That ball loose, and Benedictine is going to chip it wide. Did it go off an Elmhurst foot? No, it did not. It's a goal kick for the Eagles, or for the Blue Jays, excuse me. Substitution for Elmhurst. Shelly Shapazian checking in. Samantha Perry gets a breather. Elmhurst pushing it forward. Trying to spring Stone down the middle. Gary going to come out, gets a piece of it, but is way out of the box. Waugh recovers. Waugh dribbling in, shooting, and it's broken up by Benedictine, and right back to Waugh. She shoots, she scores! Christy Waugh, Kat Waugh with the rebound goal. That one's all hers. It was blocked originally. Waugh there for the rebound to clean it up. 18:02 left on the clock. That is Waugh's fourth goal of the season, the team lead. So Elmhurst is on the board with 17:55 left to go in this contest. They knocked on the door for a while, finally breaking free on their 18th shot. Kat Waugh doing all the work herself. After a long ball came in, they caught Gary out of position at the top of the box. She was able to recover in time. Waugh's original shot was deflected off a Benedictine player. She got her own rebound and fired it past Gary into the lower right corner of the net. Eagles throw in with 17.5 to go. Thrown in and right back over the end, the sideline again. It'll be another throw in. Eagles can't control that one. It'll come over the end line and a goal kick now for the Blue Jays. Substitutions for Elmhurst. Jordan Clark gets her first action. Shelby Stone heads out. 16:35 left to go in this contest. Clark battling. Ball won by Benedictine. Shapazian is there to stand her up. Centering pass into the box, off an Elmhurst head. Fredrickson hit it. And right there to scoop it up is Emily Gordon. There's Elmhurst. Wow, over center. Turned away by the Eagles. Clearing attempt not out, held in by Pimmel. And a little miscommunication by the Blue Jays off the leg, but Waugh is there to hold it in on the near sideline. Here's Hart with it now. Hart sends it into the box and scooped up by Gary. Here come the Eagles trying to mount an offense. Pimmel has it for Elmhurst, steered away. Blue Jays with a little bit of a lead can pack it in a little bit defensively. They will fire it downfield and eat some clock in the process. It'll roll out and an Eagle throw in. Couple starters coming back for Benedictine. Hodison and Giangi, they just don't know they can come in yet. Have a conversation with the coaching staff. Leah Ginville coming in too. Time ticking, 14:05 left. Benedictine being hounded by Belmonte. Clearing attempt is taken away by Elmhurst. Here's Pimmel. She's had a couple near goals from out high earlier in the contest. Clark back to Pimmel. Wanting to shoot, fires it in, a one-hopper, and there is Gary in front to record another save. Hodson playing it in front, but too far into the box, and there to take it for Elmhurst is Emily Gordon. One in the air by Benedictine, but headed right back by Pimmel. Beckwith heads it up over her defender. Touched on by Clark. Near sideline, off a Benedictine leg. Elmhurst ball. Substitution is Garitano coming in for Elmhurst. Give and go. Beckwith is tripped up and fouled just outside the box. That was a nice give and go set up by the Blue Jays as Beckwith left it for Clark, and she touched it right back to Beckwith, and she had room to run inside the box. Tripped up by an Eagles defender, though, so it'll be a free kick coming here for the Blue Jays from just outside the right side of the box. Beckwith runs over it. Here's the chip shot coming to the far side. Volleyed out of the air and saved. Great execution by the Blue Jays, but the shot right at Abigail Gary. Megan Hart had the shot with the volley right out of the air. But Abigail Gary up to the challenge once again for the Eagles. Ball volleyed around. Controlled by Elmhurst. Here's Garitano. Garitano, she's tripped up outside the box. No whistle, play on, says the official. But it'll be an Elmhurst throw-in. Substitution for the Eagles as Gianna Canfield coming in. Headed out of there by Clark. Touchdown by Garitano, not cleared by the Eagles, and now finally fired downfield. Flicked on by Giangi. We're under 10 minutes to go, 9:40 left on the clock. Beckwith couldn't control, was looking to touch to Shapazian. Allen there to break up the run by Giangi, but Benedictine controls. Here's Canfield. Centering pass gets in past a couple Elmhurst defenders, but Gordon alertly out of the net and handles it at the top of the box. Otherwise, a potential rush for the Eagles. So a handball going to go against Benedictine. Elmhurst would like an insurance goal here, leading 1-0. 8:40 left on the clock, just under 8:40 left on the clock. Here's the free drive, and it's right on from Belmonte, but again, into the arms of Abigail Gary. 22nd shot of the game for Elmhurst. Benedictine still can't clear it. Now they do, but not across midfield yet. Headed down by Angelo. Here's Pimmel. Goes off ahead of a Benedictine player, and now won by the Eagles. There's Belmonte controlling outside the 20-yard line. We'll play back to Fredrickson. 7:15 left on the clock. Fredrickson chipping it forward. Elmhurst pretty much controlling the pace of this one. Benedictine's had their chances. So have the Blue Jays, and it was Kat Waugh knocking home the rebound off her own miss. Substitution for the Eagles. Rolling coming back in. Contact on the far side. Referee going to go over and make sure Elmhurst player is okay. She's fine. We'll play on. 6.5 minutes, all that remains in this contest. There's Elmhurst controlling on the far side. That's Garitano. Centering pass. Controlled by Belmonte with some space. Belmonte touched on. Here's Hart driving, firing, and that one hit the goalpost. It hit the crossbar up above. It hit the crossbar of the football goalpost. Elmhurst has been just high several times. Volleyed out of the air by Benedictine. Long pass. That one's going to roll all the way down. Gordon will come out and just chip that one into the air. Flicked on nicely by Fredrickson. Garitano has it. Far sideline. Garitano wins the battle, keeps it in play. Benedictine keeps it on this side of the field, but it's touched ahead by the Blue Jays. Clark puts on some pressure. Eagles pass intercepted by Allen. Forward to Belmonte, where it's headed all the way back down to the box. There's a long drive from Benedictine. That's Megan Johnson, and clock stoppage on an Elmhurst sub with the Blue Jays leading with less than 5 minutes. They will stop the clock. Benedictine did have a sub in. If they had that sub to the table beforehand, the clock would have continued to run, but originally, and now it'll restart on the throw-in. But since it was just an Elmhurst sub, the team with the lead and with less than 5 minutes in regulation, the clock does stop, so a team can't just run off clock time. That one will roll all the way over the end line. A goal kick coming up for the Eagles, but there's less than 4 minutes to go. Whistle and a foul going to go against Benedictine. Elmhurst can milk the clock here a little bit now with 3:15 left. You hear Paul Webster, Elmhurst head coach, telling Elmhurst, play it to the corner. That's where you can run the most clock. With under 3 minutes to go, the Blue Jays protecting a 1-goal advantage. That's going to be a play on, says the official. Another contact and more play on, but Benedictine still controlling, but not out, as volleyed back forward again over the head of an Eagle player. If it was touched up, it would be a corner kick, but Benedictine controls. Instead, they swing it out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Elmhurst. The Blue Jays can take their time setting up. Coming up on 2 minutes to go. .145 left and another throw-in for Elmhurst. There's a long shot coming and just going wide. Chance to ice it in the final minute. Belmonte just missed that time.
One minute to play.
Under a minute to go here, and Elmhurst has another throw-in. And the Blue Jays going to be able to run some clock here. Paul Webster had said play it into the corner, and that one's fired back down, out of play, and another throw in for Elmhurst. Blue Jays just going to play a few touch passes, nice control, and now they'll just play it back into the corner with 30 seconds to go and take their time. See if they just take it right to the flag stick, and now the double team pressure put on by Benedictine. It is controlled, but it will roll out. Another throw in for Elmhurst, and that might do it here with about 15 seconds left to go. Blue Jays content to just hold it around the flag stick. Let it bounce around with 6 seconds to go. That will do it. That one will be in the books. The final score from Langhorse Field, Elmhurst 1, Benedictine 0. The Blue Jays improved to 5-2 on the season. The Eagles now 2-5. Catwa with the game's only goal, came unassisted in the second half. A rebound off her own shot. A pretty finish. A very tight game throughout most of the contest. Elmhurst didn't have an advantage in the statistics side, outshooting Benedictine 24-4. A 13-2 advantage on shots on goals, including 7 corner kicks to none for Elmhurst against Benedictine. Catwa had the goal for Elmhurst. We mentioned goalkeepers. Emily Gordon for the Blue Jays. She finished with 2 saves. Great effort in net tonight by Benedictine keeper Abigail Gary. She finished with 12. That'll do it here. Once again, the final score, Elmhurst 1, Benedictine 0. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast here on BlueJayTV.com. Make sure you come back tomorrow. We've got Elmhurst College men's soccer action as the Blue Jays set to host Concordia University of Wisconsin. My name is Kevin Junite. Thanks for joining us today on BlueJayTV.com, and have a great night, everybody.